All right, the Enugu state government has again urged the people of the state to ignore the illegal sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra. And this is coming days after the governor of the state, Peter Mba, declared an end to the sit-at-home order. The government has directed that people should resume their normal activities on Monday and warned civil servants, schools, markets, and others not to observe the illegal order by IPOB or IPOB, noting that adequate security had been provided against any violence that may occur. All right, that's what we'll be looking at also as we open. Now, joining us via Zoom from Enugu to talk more on this is the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on New Media, Dr. Ruben Onyishi. Dr. Onyishi, good morning. It's good to have you join us now.
Good morning.
Great. All right, it's a Monday. The reminder usually that we have always had is that Monday is a sit-at-home in the Southeast. We have seen the governor, since he came on board, trying to work with the federal government and security agencies for residents of Enugu State to go about their normal business, go about their legal duties on a daily basis, and ignore the sit-at-home. In some parts, some persons who ignored it faced one or two consequences here. They became victims of attacks by these boys. But we've also seen an order by the federal government where the military has moved in and is trying to ensure that normalcy returns in the Southeast. Now, create a picture for us how the day is going and how this order by the government is trickling down and making people feel better and coming out in the Southeast.
Oh, thank you very much. The fact is that there is no more Monday sit-at-home or any sit-at-home order in Enugu State, for that matter, because since His Excellency Governor Peter Ndubisi came on board, he saw that the Enugu State of his dream cannot be realized with sit-at-home order, which, as a matter of fact, has not helped neither the cause it purports to serve nor the people of the state. So he cancelled it, and since then there has been adequate security, because one thing is to cancel it, another thing is to guarantee the safety of lives and property. And I can assure you that since the cancellation of sit-at-home in Enugu State, there has not been any security breach anywhere. There has not been, because the government is prepared to contain any act of violence or anything that may come from any quarters. We can't be taking orders from non-state actors, all right? His Excellency has the mandate of the people, and he acts for the people, all right? So we cannot brook, someone who from elsewhere give instructions and the people will obey it. So what I can say is that since the cancellation of sit-at-home, we've had reasonable level of compliance from civil servants, from private concerns. Like last week, Monday, we had full compliance. The governor himself took a kind of toured the state, went to markets and malls. He was at Roban Hotels, Roban stores. He was at ShopRite. He was at Celebrities, Ubete Main Market, Mayor Market, Gariki Market, Abakwa Market, and these markets were all open. Businesses were, open. People were going about their normal businesses in Enugu State. So what I can say is that sit-at-home is as dead as dodo as far as Enugu State is concerned.
What's the level, or if you could describe the kind of buy-in from residents in Enugu State before the state government gave this directive that there will no more be a sit-at-home on Mondays? To what extent did you engage with residents, and what was their response?
You mean before the governor canceled the sit-at-home?
Right.
You mean before he canceled the sit-at-home?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, well, before the cancellation, it didn't take, I think it was just about 1 week or thereabouts after he had been sworn in that he canceled the sit-at-home. But before now, people had obeyed that out of fear. It wasn't as if anybody wanted sit at home. But because of the way these guys operate, the way they kill people and things like that, so people were afraid. So what they do is that maybe towards 2 p.m., people will then start coming out, you know. But since the governor came on board, you can see that people really are not interested in sitting at home, you know, because since the cancellation of the sit-at-home order, you find out that many people are in support of the cancellation, and the only reservation is, do we have enough security on ground to, you know, protect us? And His Excellency has assured the people that they are protected. And you will agree with me that since the cancellation, we haven't had any issue anywhere because the state government is prepared. Adequate security measures have been put on land and on air, and that is why we haven't had any issue at all. So we urge the people, you know, to continue to come out. You know, there's no need to fear. Meanwhile, most of these private business concerns, schools are open. Major malls are open, markets are open. As a matter of fact, markets had been being open all this while, but it's just that some people, out of fear, will lock their shops. You know, but when His Excellency did on-the-spot checks last week, he gave instruction that any shop that refused to open subsequently might have to be, you know, reallocated to.
All right.
Sit at home. Okay?
Okay.
I just wanted to say that sit at home is a cog. It's a cog in the wheel of development because His Excellency is minded to rev up the economy of Enugu State from its present level to his proposed value, which is 30 billion in 8 years. And you find out that investors will not come in if people observe or if there is sit at home in Enugu State. Because the first question they will ask you is there still sit at home in Enugu? And sit at home itself goes with it, goes with insecurity, is a signal of insecurity. And it affects the economy of the state. So that is why His Excellency has been sensitizing the people. We had a town hall meeting after the cancellation, which involved stakeholders, the religious, traditional rulers, town union president, civil society organization. And after that, they raised a 12-point communique in support of the cancellation of sit at home in Enugu State. So you will agree with me that the people of Enugu State are not interested in sitting at home. And that was why I said that sit at home is as dead as dodo, because the government has made adequate security provisions and the people are enamored of the cancellation.
All right. As it is, we even from the immediate past administration, the governorship or government administration in the state, there has been calls for people to disobey sit at home. It is not new. Although the impact of what the governor is doing right now could be felt where he's going from street to street, market to market. But the point there is, we have seen in the past where the attack, people who fall victims, sometimes are not within the metropolis. They're sometimes in the villages and sometimes in other local government away from Enugu Township or metropolis. Speak to us, because we understand that there's another call for the 2-week sit at home from the 31st of July to the 14th of August. You know, it's a good thing the governor is assuring the people, but talk to us, what is that security measure that has been put in place, especially in the villages, in the other local governments away from Enugu metropolis, for people to feel secure and feel assured that if they come out, that nothing is going to happen to anyone?
Well, let me start from there had not been any formal pronouncement on the cancellation of sit at home, right? The advent of Peter as the governor of Enugu State. But Peter came in and made a formal pronouncement abrogating it. You know, I think that makes the difference. Now, when we are talking about Enugu State, we are not just talking about the cities, but we are talking about Enugu State as a whole, which also involves the rural areas. And this is 21st century. And security we are talking about. His Excellency is someone who is given to e-governance, all right? And is migrating some of these things to e-platforms, even police security, cyber security. And all I can say is that the rural areas are also protected. You understand? There is a surveillance here and there. And then you may not actually see uniform military or police on the road, things like that, but I can assure you that adequate security is to take care of the rural areas. And we have had many days, over 1 month since the cancellation. And the fact that we have not recorded any breach anywhere is an assurance that adequate security has been made. We wouldn't just be asking the people of Enugu State to come out without taking care of their safety. So security is a very sensitive issue. We wouldn't be, telling you our modus operandi, on air, but all we can say is that adequate security has been made, guarantee the safety of lives and property in the entire Enugu State.
And security, indeed, like you have said, is paramount. In Enugu State, what is the level of readiness of the vigilantes, for example, because in neighboring states like Anambra State, the government is also of the same body language that there will be a sit-at-home, bringing an end to the sit-at-home directive. And of course, the previous administrations in the southeast region had, launched a security outfit, Ebubeagu. What are the governors, the new governors from the southeast talking regarding that issue to enhance security infrastructure in that region?
All right. We have here in Enugu State, we have neighborhood watch, we have forest guards, and they are also in conjunction with the military and the police, form a team that patrols some places, some flashpoints. Like we have this place, Opiugogo Road. If you go there now, because there were cases of kidnapping there sometime in the past, and the state government wouldn't want that to repeat. That's why it has taken proactive measure to ensure that the forests and the fringes of the road are protected. So you see a joint team of the military, the police, and the forest guards with their vehicles, machines, patrolling the whole place, combing the forests and all that. And these things have produced results. Sometime last week, about 15 kidnappers were rounded up, and their victims were also rescued. So the state government is actually leveraging the support of the forest guards and the neighborhood watch, as well as the official security apparatus.
All right. There is a report that the Southeast has lost about 7.6 trillion naira in 2 years from this sit-at-home that was started some time ago and is being sustained, by all of these elements. We have seen how the socio-cultural organization from the Southeast, Ohaneze Ndigbo, has also tried in its own way to support the effort, like the effort of your governor, by even placing a $500,000 bounty on someone like Simon Ekpa, who is in faraway Finland, who has been perpetrating or inciting young people to carry out some of this heinous acts. Speak to us how the governors are working with Ohaneze in this regard to ensure that normalcy returns in the Southeast.
Well, let me start with the fact that Samuel Ekpa is a disaster. And unfortunately, some of our youths are taken in by his wiles. You will agree with me that sit-at-home has got absolutely nothing with the agitation for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from detention. Of course, it's a subtle thing, and Ekpa, I understand, is smiling to the banks, so long as sit at home is sustained, because he hates Nnamdi Kanu and he wants to continue to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention. And so long as that happens, he smiles to the banks, because he has financiers, and you know that the Igbo people, our people are passionate about Biafra, and you can easily use emotions of Biafra, to hoodwink people and make them begin to, what Ekpa is doing is that he is ripping off our people in the diaspora, because he sold the dummy that sit at home is made to, to release Nnamdi Kanu, and people are sending him money and all that. But the fact remains that sit at home does not in any way affect Nnamdi Kanu in any positive way. And Nnamdi Kanu himself distanced himself from sit at home. Even Imam Powerful had spoken about it, that IPOB, because when we are talking about IPOB, it's not this the one that Simon Ekpa is controlling. We have the real IPOB, and Nnamdi Kanu is the leader. Imam Powerful is the media spokesperson of IPOB, and he had also told our youths he had denounced sit at home. Okay, but Simon Ekpa is really benefiting from sit at home, because so long as Nnamdi Kanu is kept there, he will be making his money. And you can't be enforcing something and you are killing the people for whom you say you are fighting for. You are fighting. You are killing the people. Look at the killings here and there. The other day, in the last, before Peter and Dubisimba came on board, a pregnant woman was killed at Newmarket by the enforcers of sit at home. The woman sells abacha meal. She came out to fend for her family, and that woman was killed with the unborn child. It's quite heart-rending. Our people are being killed by these vampires, drinking our blood and smiling to the banks at the guise of, fighting for us. But the fact is that the planners of the Nigerian economy, at Abuja, do not even know that anything is happening here. Since we've been sitting at home, we had sat at home before His Excellency came on board for 91 Mondays. What had it translated to? To what extent had that helped Nnamdi Kanu? To what extent has that helped the economy of the Southeast? So what we seem to be suffering in the hands of Simon Ekpa and his co-travelers on the route to infamous sit at home is double jeopardy. Double jeopardy, because Kanu is kept there, and the business of the Southeast, the economy of the Southeast is being killed, and Simon Ekpa, the blood of the people, are being spilled by, ironically, someone who is fighting for the people, and he smiles to the bank, and he gloats over it and takes the glory of a freedom fighter. Someone, a vagabond, so in Finland is the one, semi-literate, uneducated fellow is the one directing us here. It's quite very unfortunate. And this is not the spirit of the Igbo man. The Igbo man is not known to be this fearful. We are a fearless and brave people. That wasn't how we survived 20 pounds, after post-war 20 pounds. That wasn't how we survived it. We are known to be enterprising. But it is unfortunate and curious that our people cringe at the coffin of that murderer called Simon Ekpa. I think our youth, the Ohanes and Igbo, has actually come out to urge our youth, to just jettison this nonsense called sit at home.
All right.
And it is in the direction of the effort the state government is making to ensure that it doesn't fester anymore, at least in Enugu State.
All right, we have to leave it here now. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruben Onyishi, the Senior Special Assistant to the Enugu State Governor on social media, reaching us from Enugu. Thank you so much for your time and your insight.
Thank you.